show. Great to have your company. Got a very big show for you tonight. Lots of news around the Collingwood Footy Club. He's sure.
Yes.
Tumultuous couple of months for that young man. Got suspended, headed over to Arizona, did some training on his own. Came back 2 days ago. No one's heard from him until today. Damien Barrett catches up with him one-on-one tonight.
Look forward to that. The heater. The heater. Speaking of Damien Barrett, a couple of meetings going on around town today, Gary, that no one else knows about, but Damo was there. One at the Carlton Football Club.
Hello.
Plenty of interest there with the Blues. And another at the Western Bulldogs involving their star on-baller Callum Ward. So news that you'll only hear here at the Footy Show.
Big segment with Damien Barrett. Also, Bill Brownless, our very, very fine friend, made a name for himself by going out and visiting regional country footy clubs and giving some love and some money and some cash.
The wheel, of course, Gary.
The wheel was famous. That got put to a stop pretty quickly. Nicky got a hold of that. But tonight, bit of a flashback. He's gone to the Clunes Footy Club and we're going to join him out there and find out exactly why he's there.
Yes, and speaking of going to the country, Gary, our man, the old enforcer-later, has headed into, in a very clandestine way, Bendigo for round 2 of Street Talk.
Low-key.
Well, Gary, last time he went there, all hell broke loose, and he's had to go back and mend a few relationships, so he's slunk back in to Bendigo. We're looking forward to that. And tonight on the panel, a triple premiership superstar forward joins us, which will be sensational. And
alongside him, one of the smoothest moving footballers in the competition makes his debut on the panel. Let's get it started. A whiff of finals football in the air. Only a couple of weeks ago, the home and away season, of course.
Some warm weather this week.
Oh, the grass has been mown, Jimmy boy.
Where is he, Gary?
Not sure. I do know that the man is an idiot, so please. Nice to see you got on board the Demons in a tough time there, Foss.
Gary.
What are you doing?
Is this not the very jumper you were seen on the television wearing? Is that not the very jumper you were wearing? What are you doing, man? Is it a midlife crisis?
It was a tightish fit.
What are you wearing that crap for?
Well, I did go down and I sat in the box on the weekend and you can't sit unless you wear the official jumper, and that's what got sent to me. A couple of sizes too small.
I'd say so. The only, if you could just keep it up, the only thing that I haven't got, unfortunately, is the man boobs.
Right.
Have a look. Have a look at the...
Oh, let's have a look.
They're not man boobs, my friend.
Well, just let me repair that for you. Just excuse me, can I... Excuse me here, just let me borrow one of these pies here. See if you can...
Oh, no.
Rock hard.
Looks like you're ready to breastfeed Ethiopia with that. What were you thinking, mate?
It's a very tight fit, Foss. I didn't know much about it until I put it on.
You, the fashion plate, Gary. You would know exactly what you're doing.
Not the right size.
Trying to show the Demons how well-built
there's only one in the bag.
Protagonist should look.
I'll go with the tracksuit top next time, Jim boy.
Gary, how about a suit or something?
It was good to see you in the rooms. You tried to just sneak away a couple of times from the cameras.
I didn't know there was a lock-off camera in the room. That's a lesson for young players. A big announcement for the Melbourne Footy Club coming up a little later in the night. Very, very good news.
Now, I mentioned off the top that our man, the Fossil, just headed back to Bendigo.
What about him, Jim?
Because 2 weeks ago he went up there to do street talk and they didn't take to it too well. They were unhappy and we heard about it. So as Olive Branch, we said, we'll go back out and do it again. And the Fossil said, all right, I need to make it very low-key.
Yeah.
I need to get in there quietly.
Sneaking.
I need to arrive, do my thing and get out.
No attention to myself.
So, speaking of locked-off cameras, we had a locked-off camera on Sam as he rolled into town. Look at this.
Have a look at you.
Look at this setup
What
here.
are you doing, man?
Oh, no.
You just didn't want to draw any attention. You just wandered in the old $150,000. What is that?
Open
car?
top Thunderbird.
It's a Thunderbird.
You look like a Thunderbird.
Thunderbirds are us.
Yes.
I just drifted into town. It was a pleasant, temperate climate day up there, Gary, and I
Roof
let
off.
the wind blow through my tresses and got to the...
Still wind blowing tonight. The old shack.
Still got a draft heading through there.
Oh, you're joining in, Jim.
I like it.
What's wrong with my hair? Have a look at what's wrong with my hair.
Oh, it's still a bit wind blowing.
Well, at least I was out doing something, Gary. Gee, these are cold. These should have been put these... I'm going to actually... Anyone wants to eat one after I'll warm them up for you.
Hey, we're looking forward to the street tour. Though. It's a beauty.
I will preempt it.
You do talk it up, but go on.
No, I would later, just at the end of this segment, I'll tell you something that will stagger you.
Okay.
Nice little array of chestal hair drifting through there.
Well, I'm pretending I'm Gary.
Just a bit of roadkill that you've attached on the front there, Foss. I like it.
Jim, who is a Mexican hairless, if I could liken you to a dog, you haven't got not one blade of hair on any part of your body, agates included.
That is true. Now, we need to... 100% true. We need to get the panel out, Gary. And I mentioned at the start, we're very excited about this man, ladies and gentlemen.
Who is it?
From the Cats, a three-time premiership power forward. Make him very welcome. Cam Mooney's here. And making his debut from the Hawks, also a premiership star, Sean Burgoyne. And round the out this all-star panel, also with the premiership silverware, Shane Crawford. That's what I'm talking
Very nice to have this panel assembled, I must say.
Yes.
And let's just
Thank you,
go
Gary.
off the... Not so much you, Shane, but the other two. Off the top, the man who announced his retirement this week will retire at the end of the year with 3, maybe 4 premierships to his name. What a magnificent performance. Cam Mooney, well done. How are you feeling, mate? I mean, it's a massive decision in the life of any footy player. I mean, how's the last couple of days been?
It's been pretty easy, actually, Gaz, to be honest. I think, as you know, you wrote an article a few months ago about the whole retirement thing, and look, it's been on the cards for 12 months. I've made no secret of it, so it's been pretty easy. It's been actually nice to get it off the chest.
Really admired, Moon, the way that you went back to the VFL mid-year and publicly said you want to earn your spot back, and you played some ripping footy over a month. Came back in and played nice football on return. I reckon that's a great example for some younger players who want footy on their own terms a bit.
Well, I think it's, from a senior player point of view, it's always tough going back to the VFL or the reserves or whatever you want to call it. So it was a tough decision, but it was probably the smartest one that I made for the year. I really needed some form. I needed to know that my body could handle the pressure, and it turned out okay. And finally got back in the ones, which was great. I realised how much I missed it, to be honest. That was the biggest thing.
Can I give you the classic hypothetical question? Should Geelong get to a grand final?
Should, yes.
This is hypothetical. And should they be playing the Pies? Or it doesn't matter who, but let's say the Pies. And should the Cats be going a bit wobbly at some stage during the game, could we rely on you to go rat-a-tat-tat on someone from the Collingwood Football Club, if they are the grand finalists, one of them? Could we rely on you to go whack and take someone out of the game knowing that this is... knowing, Cam, that this is the swan song and no one will be seeing you again, irrespective? Could we rely on that as Geelong faithful?
Well, I was listening to Alistair Lynch's thing the other day about when he went nuts in his grand final.
Yes.
So it was his biggest regret, so I don't think it would happen, Sam. Country footy, maybe.
Could we entice you?
Would you pay the fine?
Absolutely.
She's on.
I I think we can take that as a yes, Gaz.
Well, this is what drives you, the 2 premierships. I mean, this is the thing that has got you going again, and you made that decision to go back and do the hard yards. This is what it's all about for you now.
It is, mate, to be honest. And look, it'd be amazing to finish with 4, but look, there's a lot of water going to the bridge till that happens. And the end result will take care of itself as long as I, 1, get back in the side to begin with, and 2, make sure my body's well enough to hold its spot. Enough
of the 2 premierships, Gary. There's a third one in there. I think we might have some vision here of have a look at Moon.
Jeepers, over the moon to be out
there. Dominated that day too.
The press conference on the weekend, you just rocked up with no shoes on. Thought couldn't be bothered?
No, it was on Tuesday, and I just got strapped actually for training and quickly ran in there to do it, and I didn't realise that was going to make the paper.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up, Croft, because Gary did the same. Very few people noticed. It's the time of press.
Dear me. I love it.
I've got something for you a little later, so you just sit tight.
You got something for me later?
Yes. Great to have Cam here. He's going to shoot from the hip tonight. Don't worry about that. But very excited about this man. First time ever on the Footy Show. Premiership player now, right in the middle of the Hawthorn Footy Club. Sean Burgoyne. Make him welcome. We're going to give you a Dorothy Dick, so then we've got some things we're going to run through because we've done a prodigious amount of homework. We don't know Sean that well. Jimmy boys and Adelaide boys, so we'll get into it. But just settled in beautifully. Taking the number 9, Guernsey, the famous number 9. How is life at Hawthorn Land?
No, it's very good. The club have made it a pretty easy transition for myself and family to come over and, take the number 9 after the great man.
Thank you, mate.
It's the big shoes to fill.
Are you disappointed to leave Port Adelaide and head over to Hawthorn?
I was pretty happy to make a change. That's where I was at in my footy, and it was a great change to come over and experience life in Melbourne and experience the footy culture that Melbourne has. And so far, it's been pretty good.
You spent the first 3 months with Jared Ruffhead, which would have been interesting.
Yeah, I did. It was a lot easier to move over and live with Ruffy, and while my wife and kids packed up the house, so I had it pretty easy. And find a place for us to live. But yeah, Big Ruff, I was on crutches at the time too, so Big Ruff looked after me and showed me around, introduced me to the boys, and it's the type of guy he is.
Yeah, well, he is, because we spoke to him, and this is some of the stuff he's given us. You own 2 big diamond stud earrings that you only bring out on special occasions. Is that right?
Yes.
Just not a special enough occasion for you to have them out?
It was a wedding present, so.
All right, very nice.
It was a wedding present, was it? Someone gave you 2 diamond stud earrings. Yeah. Do you put them? Do you alternate them, or do you put them in both?
Both ears.
You decorate your ears with diamond studs, do you? Sean, God almighty, man, what is going on? Do you?
He's a cool mover, Foss.
What?
He's a cool man.
That is cool.
That is
and very, very game.
Goes by the nickname of Silk, so it's entirely appropriate, and also takes his own pillow on the interstate trips.
And a country and western man, we understand too.
Yes, I do take my own pillow. Need a good night's sleep the night before a match.
Of course.
And growing up, grew up on the Eagles and Credence and all the old stuff. And
on your first show, you wouldn't like to belt a couple of tunes out?
No, one thing I can't do is sing.
And Sean, you wouldn't be taking the ear on out of Gary with those eyebrows, would you?
Hey, they are very good. I think he's got me covered, Foss.
They look
Gary sent out the invitation.
They look like a trippet hedge.
They have a very, very, very nice set over there.
They are a lovely set.
And some suggestion that when you get a bit nervous, one of those massive brows of yours might start twitching. Is that right, Sean?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, that shows how cool he is tonight, Gary. There's no sign of it.
That's your challenge, Foss. I want you to ask some questions that are going to get the twitch going.
Well, I want to see him with these diamond stud earrings. Have you got him here with you? Did you bring him over?
No, I left them at home.
He's very, very welcome, Foss, as is Shane, of course. Hello, Shane.
G'day, Jim.
How are the beautiful twins? Just bubbling along nicely?
Yeah, they're going fine. Not much is happening at the moment, but it'll be quite exciting around Christmas time, so we'll just hopefully all goes to plan and everything happens from there. Apparently it's easy. having twins. So
Really?
looking forward to it. Just getting out there and
Got your ear down onto Olivia's gut. Can you hear them?
no, I saw them last week.
What?
Yeah.
Where were you looking?
Under a scan.
Oh, on a scan.
yeah.
So the game, I think we need to get to.
Yeah, no, we're going to get into the game. We've got Fremantle coming up against Collingwood. Patterson Stadium, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of changes here with Fremantle. Have a look at the outs. Pavlich, McPhee, Fife, 108 Supercoach points. It goes on and on and on. Anthony comes in, Pearce, Lower, Dutfield, Fox, Bradley, Shammer. It's a massive change. And have a look at the Collingwood side. This is out goes Ball. They're going to give him a bit of a break. Buckley's out. Cloak, 100 Supercoach points. But Dawes, Cracker, Johnson and Davis. What about some ins there? Magnificent. How good are they? They are just cherry ripe heading towards the finals. They'll win this game and win it well. And Sean, they're going to be very scary in the finals, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Collingwood, seem to have, great depth. They had young guys everywhere last week. Fasolo, Young, Sinclair, Keefe, Buckley, just to name a few. So, their depth was tested, and they've got a lot of good young players coming through.
How much do you reckon they'll win by?
I reckon they'll win, but I'm not quite sure how much they'll win by comfortably.
Comfortably. Cam, what do you like?
Yeah, well, I'd just like to say congrats on young Benny Reid for playing his 50th game too, and gave me a touch-up in last prelim, so he's going to be a superstar player. I just think with the likes of Travis Cloak, who right now is the best big man in the game. It's the first time he's kicked 50 goals in a season. He's just really dominating his marks and he's kicking really well, so Collingwood by a fair bit,
What are Fremantle? Where are they situated? Re-finals.
They're 10th on the ladder. They're out of contention. They've lost Pavlich, McPhee,
So they can't
Bundy,
make the finals.
Valentine. Probably their 4 best players.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, we'll go for Collingwood. And, I don't think that would be a game tip, would
No,
it?
it wouldn't be.
Did you see the writing on the wall at Port Adelaide, Sean? Are you a clairvoyant, or is there a history of clairvoyance in the family, in the Burgoyne family? Did you see the schmozzle about to unfold and you got out quick?
No, didn't see anything coming.
No, you didn't. You just happened to be a lucky break. Just
Fairly
got
lucky.
the hell out of there, out of Dodge City.
No, they still got a lot of good players there.
Oh, yeah. No, they're going gangbusters.
I think Collingwood as well, but then that will be pretty much a foregone conclusion. But what I saw on the weekend, this is what I want to talk to you about, Fossil.
Me?
Yes. This caught our eye.
I just got to take this pasty out of me. It's killing me.
There was an article in the paper that said that inadvertently your phone number had become public
That
knowledge.
is correct.
You'd gone to a restaurant, you had to book and leave a number, and some little Poindexter in there got on the Facebook and said, "This is Sam Newman's number."
Tweeted
Oh,
his
Twitter.
number, yes.
And tweeted the number, is that right?
He did.
And as a result of that, I believe
Someone thought that was funny?
your personal phone number, you absolutely went nuts. So you started taking calls from everywhere?
What do you reckon, Gary? The bloke posted my phone number after I left it kindly at the restaurant. They said, "Could we have a number to call you back to see you're not some bogus customer?" And bang, she's on the Twitter.
It was on for young and old.
Well, it
annoyed
rang
you,
off the hook.
Annoyed you no end.
Well, would it annoy you, Gary?
Yes, it would.
Well, don't be stupid.
Did you have to get a new phone number?
I have changed citizen. Why are you asking that?
Because I've got the phone number. And
You've got the phone
and you
number.
don't
have
know I've got the phone number.
That's correct.
Yes, and so I'm going to bring it on right now. this is not... Now, the reason I'm doing this is not a setup. We've had some issues with Sam sticking to the script. So what we're going to do, just to kick us off, Fossil.
Behavioural issues.
Just to kick us off. This is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to put up the first 4 digits of your phone number, right? So we're at the stage where we need to threaten him. So these are the first 4 numbers of your phone number. And you know it's true. So here you go.
Hey!
And I'll leave it there. I'll just leave it there.
You started one in a bit.
Oh, I'll fix that, Jim. I'll fix it, mate. You're a dickhead. And then as we go...
It won't matter where you put them. If you put...
Hey, and well, if you annoy me...
If I annoy...
If you annoy me and you don't stick to the script tonight, I will continue to put these up. And
Is this a threat or a...
Hey! And that is for wearing that and being a smart aleck. So any more of that, we got mailbag coming up afterwards, which you don't run all that well. So you got to tighten up. Ooh, did you see that then? Tighten that up really quickly, and we'll stop right there because I know what it's like.
I know. He's threatening you with a pasty.
So we'll put a halt to it there because it'll go smoothly from here on in.
All right.
What hasn't gone smoothly now?
Well, you were a smart aleck off the top. So anyway, we'll stop right there. That's enough.
Sucked in, Foss. We're going to take a break. On the other side of it, big meetings with Damo, of course. Heath Shaw is going to join Damo. Look at him. Bill's out at Clunes. Oh, he's taken a number.
Oh, well, I'll put it back.
Right.
Oh, you'll put it back, will you?
No,
Stick around, plenty to come on the
time in the world assessing the options. Tries down defence. Brings something.
Stevie J and Matty Stokes down there just sharing the love, Moon. Now that last one caught our ear. You take Barry Hall inside 3 rounds.
I thought it was more 2 with my left, Gaz, but no, God, no. Too frightened to take
Well, hey, we can issue the challenge on your behalf right here and set it up with a massive fight next year.
million each?
Well, maybe not that much, but our good friends...
Wouldn't bother doing it. No, mate, I do like boxing. I do enjoy it. Get down and hit the mitts with Dave Johnson a lot, but mitts don't hit your back, mate.
I'll take you on.
Maybe grand final day you could have a crack at it.
Sure.
Hey, just before we get on to this game, Geelong and Sydney, first retirement, there's been others throughout the league. More at Geelong, you think?
Mate, I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really spoken to any other guys about it. I said something in my press conference that kind of got blown out of proportion a little bit. So, look, I don't know what the other guys are up to. But look, we are getting older, but you know, the guys they're very professional guys. They'll know when their time's up, and I'm sure once they know, they'll make their announcements.
Sure they will. Plenty of work still to be done for the Cats. They take on the Sydney Swans Saturday. Still starting. Had the bye last week. They've been Adelaide by 11 points the week before. Couple of changes. Corey out with a groin. Vardy with a hip longer term. Duncan and Cam Mooney, of course, suspended. Unlucky. In comes Mackie, West, Hawkins and Scarlett, going very nicely indeed. They were beaten in the clearances by the Adelaide team. Sydney Swans. 7th on the ladder and a very, very important win against St Kilda last week. And they have got Meredith and Parker out. Lewis Jett has been omitted in a very, very sad situation with Jared McVeigh, the passing of his 4-week-old daughter. So I'll just wait for the music from everyone at the Footy Show. We send our condolences to Jared and the family. Very big game this one, Moon, down at Skilled Stadium. Haven't lost there since Sam was playing, so you'd like your chances.
I think it was this round, 2007 was our last loss. So, look, it is an amazing run, but you know, Sydney, they're looking for a home final themselves. You know, we look through their stats during the week, and they're top 2 or 3 in about 3 or 4 areas that we pride ourselves on as well. So it's going to be a tough game.
Sean?
Yep.
Yep.
The Cats won 5 in a row, you know, before they had the bye last week. So I think they're pretty fresh and raring to go. And a stat that wouldn't please too many Sydney people is they haven't won down at the Cattery since round 8, 1999.
I thought the Swans were magnificent last week, the way they went at St Kilda. They just worked harder and were able to get on top. Interesting to note that Cameron Moody was suspended, and it's the 16th separate occasion he's been suspended. So well done. What a great effort. Geelong to win.
As you know, you two, I'm a very keen and experienced observer, and this will be a lot harder than you think for Geelong to beat the Swans. They're very keen to come down and clinch that home final up there, so be very wary if you're a Geelong.
Danger game.
Go, Swannies!
That's correct, Gary, a danger game.
Right.
don't think they'll get there, but just be very careful.
I think the Cats will win too. Jim.
Well, speaking of the Cats, we are lucky every week to be able to sit with one of their all-time greats, 303 games, unbelievable playing career that he had, of course. And
we are.
We stumble across photos and vision quite regularly of the old enforcer. And what was an extraordinary playing career, and every now and then, Gary, we find one we like.
We like them all.
This one came out of a recently released book called The Club. We were just concerned about where the Foss was going in relation to the ball, and it reminded us of one we've shown on the show before. There he is, just jumping with the ball nowhere to be seen.
It's not only the stills that we like, there's also vision, of course, that we watch and we look back. This is a Forsell doing something he's good for. Nice bit of ruck work here. Just missed everything. Didn't quite get to the top of the footy there, Forsell. So we love it. We do love
Well,
it.
the question we needed to ask, Gary, on the back of seeing those photos was, at any stage in those 303 games, Foss, did you have a look at the ball?
Well, Jim, do you know anything about ruck work? That first,
No.
You got to hit the ball.
What, Shane?
You've got to hit the ball.
Shane, you'll be sorry you said that. The art of ruck work, let me tell you, and you people out there, the art of ruck work is, Gary, you get your opponent out of the contest first, and then you get your hand over the ball, and you hit it to someone in the same coloured jumper.
You ain't getting your hand on anything.
Let me show you the shot taken about 2 frames. Put that shot up again.
Well, the old
I
first
will
one.
tell you, this is exactly the same shot. This is exactly the same shot. That is exactly the same shot, if I can get there. See, that's Jerry Alexander right there. Yeah, show the other shot. Show the other shot.
Hang on, you're asking for this.
See Jerry Alexander?
Yeah.
That's Bill Goggin on the left, number 35. Yes. See that there with my hand over the ball?
Yes.
I palmed that down Bill Goggin's throat, and then I lost my balance, but the ball had gone to him. He kicked it to Doug Wade, who kicked a goal, and I fell on my arse.
Yeah. That there, Gary. Well done. That there, Gary, is the art of ruck work.
I agree.
And all those other people are in exactly the same shot, except that photo was taken about 3 frames after that.
It's very deceptive.
And it says courtesy of the age, and that would be absolutely right. The age would be about 4 weeks.
Your eyes are shut in that
What?
picture. Your eyes are shut in that picture.
Well, I'm allowed to blink, aren't I?
You've done it with your eyes shut. You were scared.
Yeah, you'd be scared if you got that high, Shane.
Looks like they're shut now.
It's the fall coming down that I was worried about.
I'm with you.
That high.
Samuel, I'm with you.
That is classic ruck work.
Classic ruck
And
work.
what were you trying to take the piss out of me for, Gary?
Oh, that was Jim that did it. I reckon that's fantastic.
Have you dusted off your scrapbook? You just pull one out of your own collection.
Well, am I allowed to have photos of me playing? You keep showing photos of me actually not showing how to play. I actually could play.
We know that, Foss. Of course we know that.
Don't start.
We just don't want to highlight it.
That's just...
very nice,
stupid.
Foss.
Should bring this bloody thing out again. If you
All
just
right,
take the piss out of me... We've got 4 more times.
That's perfect.
If that is part of my number, well, don't put that up.
Get that off, Foss.
Shut up! What do you mean? I'm taking a stand, Foss. That is.
You don't even know your number.
If you put any more of those numbers up, I will honestly, Gary. Now,
I promise I won't.
Take that off,
I
then.
promise I won't if you don't do silly things like that.
so I can't put that up.
No.
Just put that down. We've got to get on with the show.
I tell you what.
All right, we're going to get on to the next game. It is Hawthorn and the Western Bulldogs. Third on the ladder, the Hawks. Shawnee Burgoyne's mob pretty much guaranteed a spot in the top 4. Well done to everyone at Hawthorn. Just the one change for the Hawks. Bateman out for Savage. As you can see there, we swing on to the Western Bulldogs. 1 from 1 under new coach Paul Williams. Got to go back nearly 4 seasons to the last time the Western Bulldogs beat Hawthorn, which is quite extraordinary. Jakira and Howard are out. Hill and Dalhouse come in. Shane, your former team just handled themselves beautifully
Yeah,
this
the
year.
Bulldogs were pretty good though last week, especially early on when the game had to be won against Port Adelaide. But the Hawks are just travelling too well, and they'll get across the line against the Dogs.
Sean, tell me just quickly, before, we're not going to tip obviously, Isaac Smith, his game last Friday night against Carlton was fantastic. He's a man who's come from nowhere, played in the VFL Grand Final. Just give us a little bit of an insight into him.
Yeah, no, Isaac's hasn't come probably the way that most players come through. He was playing bush footy like a year and a half ago. Played in the VFL last year, and then obviously he's come to the club, had a very good pre-season, very fit, and he's taking his chances when they come up. So that's all you can ask for the young players coming in.
Very, very big game, this one, for the Hawks camp.
Well, it is, mate, and look, in all honesty, their midfield is their strength. It's a huge strength of theirs, I should say, with Mitchell, Lewis, Shawnee, Bruce. They've got so many numbers, Hodge, so many numbers they can throw through there. So they're going to be too strong, I think, for the Doggies, and Buddy's in top form right now.
Shawnee.
No, we're like this, mate.
What?
We're like this.
You and Shawnee? Yeah. Shawnee, have you got your ears pierced or are they clip-ons, those? Have you got your ears pierced?
No, got them pierced, yeah, both of them.
You've got your ears pierced. I was joking. You've got your ears pierced?
Yeah, I've had them done.
How else did he put his earrings
Well,
in?
they've clasped.
Hey, speaking of...
Speaking
of that...
and I think the Hawks are going to be right there when it's all... It's going to be nearly right there.
Speaking of Sean, I see we've got some lovely photos here. Sean's beautiful wife, Amy, and there's Kai and Percy, the young ones. Oh, that's just beautiful stuff there. Look at the two little champs just dominating.
Was the first one his wife?
No. Sean and Amy's children, Kai and Percy.
No, the first one.
No.
You said...
No, I just said...
Nice shot of his wife.
I'll
No,
put
it
another
looked
number
like
up
she
if
was
you say
12.
stupid things like that. Hey, you wanted now Kai or Percy, I'm not sure which one, when asked which team that you play for, allegedly said that you play for the Chickens.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was after the trade had got done, we were at Etihad Stadium, just walking around ready to do the press conference, and he was running around singing our play for the Chickens. So there was a couple of Hawthorn shirts and stuff there for him, and he was screaming it out pretty loud.
And speaking of kids, you had some very excited kids today out at Waverley.
Yes.
Who are they, Shawnee?
These kids are from Beswick, which is 100 k's out of Katherine in the Northern Territory. Hawthorn have been involved in the Katherine region for the last 3 or 4 years, and we send up 3 or 4 players every trip we have. So there's one in the pre-season, one mid-season, one at the end of the year, and just get in there and have a positive influence through sport.
Good weather too, so they would have liked that.
Very well done.
You ever been to Katherine?
Pardon?
You ever been to Katherine?
No, I haven't.
I've been to Katherine.
Have you?
Yes.
You
I
enjoy it?
spoke at the pub there one year.
Cashy?
What?
Little collect
I was
out of it.
putting a bit back into
Oh,
the...
sure. Sean's also been down to Hawthorn Citizens tonight, putting a little bit back. So footballers do very good things. We're going to take a break. Sam's mailbag up next.
Welcome back to the Footy Show. Thanks to our great friends at Crazy John's who have been with us since day one. Fantastic people. And of course, Nissan Navara. The two tables here. It's always great to see Nissan Navara and Crazy John's. Have a look at him.
What are you
Special
laughing at?
occasion.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at you. What are you doing there?
Trying to join the fashion trend?
What are we sprouting there?
Hey?
A few carrots there.
That's right.
do
All the groovy in folk like Shawnee and I, we like to fraternise in the best circles wearing this sort of stuff, Gaz.
Are they your
Better than
size?
that muffin top you were wearing at half time during the Melbourne game.
Are they the size you roll with, Sean?
No, they're smaller than mine.
Now it is time for Sam's mailbag, ladies and gentlemen.
This is from Larry of Melbourne. Oh, okay. What do you... Oh, you've just shown it, did you?
No, I didn't.
This is for what? Can I read the letter
Well,
out?
this is why we want you to go with some pace.
This is
humour.
Sam, you dead set legend. I was browsing a photo blog one day at work and came across an interesting photo. I know Robert Walls can be an angry man, says Larry, but who knew he moonlighted as militia? This is that is. It looks like Bob, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's Bob there, and this is Bobby. This is the real Bobby.
Yes.
That's not that man with the gun. That is actually Robert.
No, thank you.
And just if we could ask, people keep sending in this mixed marriage photo of Robert Walls and Gary. Can you stop sending it in? We get thousands of them a week.
It's in front of you there, Foss.
Is it really? Oh, it is too. We get thousands of them a week.
That's three. Now, I won't do these threes.
Gary,
What?
that is, I've been given that to do. That is not me
Well, I
doing
won't
that.
do these
I
three.
blame him over there, Rob.
We've seen that 100 times. That's not even that funny.
Well, you take it up with him. It's not that funny.
It's reasonably funny.
Oh, it's a little bit funny. I've got three more up my sleeve there, Force. I don't want to have to
I'm
put...
telling you now,
I'm
Gary.
telling you,
if,
I will
if
do
you
it.
put the rest of those...
I will do it. I will.
And I'll tell you what I'll do.
What will you
I'll
do?
break that bloody
Will
board
you?
over the back of your
Well, it'll
head.
be too late. I only need to see it once.
I think it's going to
You
check
know
that.
the number, you ticket.
If you keep going with that...
I've got
What
it
would
here.
be the possibility someone could get that now? What would be the mathematical chance that they could piece the...
Millions.
What? Millions?
Millions.
Thank you, Popey.
I love how
Trent.
he keeps checking it, like he's got his own number written on the front.
You reckon it's going
Well,
to...
you've got your own
You
number
reckon
on.
it's going to change, do you?
You've got... Well, do you remember if you had your number changed?
I remember my own number.
What, if you had it changed this week?
I reckon. Yeah, I had a fair idea I'd get it right.
I have no idea. What
Anyway, push on. I'll put it on.
Next one.
Trent of Roxbury Downs, wherever that is. What did you think of your mate Kevin Sheedy taking photos with his phone behind the Hawks bench on the weekend? This is Kevin on... Did he do that? What's he doing?
We don't know. We're not really sure. Maybe he was taking photos of the board. We don't really know.
Now, we've got
It was
a...
the Hawthorn bench, Foss, he was sitting behind. On.
Well, why would he be taking photos?
Well,
that
that
is
is seeing how they do their
very
interchange
six-
stuff, maybe. or
But isn't that impertinent?
Well, I would have thought. Probably if that was what he was doing, a little out of line.
Now, we got hold of a few of the photos.
Oh, did you?
Yes. And at first, Al Clarkson seemed to be quite in a jovial mood and didn't seem to mind too much. This was the first one.
Oh, no.
He did, though, got a bit pesky as the game went on and got a bit... And at half time, he was absolutely bloody ropeable. Do they... Shane, could you stop grinning? The glisten of the lights off your teeth is killing us. Do they call him the midget? What do they call him?
Sean.
Sean, what do they call the coach? Why are we showing the midget photos?
No, call him Clarko.
Yeah.
Why are we
Why
showing...
are you shooting? It's got nothing to do with us, that one. I'm telling you right now.
Don't you put another number up. What is his nickname?
How would he have a laugh at that, you think, Shawnee? Or,
Yeah, no, he likes to laugh, so I think
that's
he...
all right.
He wouldn't be laughing
that's
too much.
lucky,
No.
isn't it? Why did we show... Is it they call him... Is his nickname midget or shorty?
No, I've never heard that nickname, no.
Next one.
He's a diminutive man, but...
Oh, that's my... Do they... This is from the Spoon Man.
Yes.
Girl in the spoon position over there. Of Watsonia. Hey, Fosslington. Fosslington. Can you tell me if Heath Hocking and Gary Hocking are related? Tar, he says. Spoon Man, you've mistaken for me. Now, you got me nervous. You've mistaken me for someone who cares.
Oh, there you go.
But I will say this, both of the Hockings have been known to do some stupid things. This is Heath, I think, doing a stupid thing.
Yes, he's on the weekend. He got a 1 week suspension for this sling tackle.
And this is his uncle, Buddha, at a function some years back.
Don't forget that each week we're going to visit a different school for
If you want to join in the fun and merriment, send your stuff to GPO Box 9, Melbourne, Victoria 3001 or sams.mailbag@9.com.au, footyshow.com.au. Next game, very big one. St Kilda take on North Melbourne Saturday. Etihad Stadium. Saints lost to Sydney by 15 points last week. Tommy Lynch and Baker have both been omitted. Kaczynski and Dawson, who are late withdrawals, come back into the side. Nick Revolt, we're going to ask the boys about him. Struggling just a little bit, precariously placed in 6th position. North Melbourne. Coming with a big charge, they are, Jim Boy. Just walloped Fremantle by 98 points last week. They don't need to make any changes. This is a massive game. They're on the march, are the Kangaroos. Cam, can they get there? And they need to beat the St Kilda team. If they don't, it's over.
Well, I think they can, Gaz. I think most thing that impressed me last week was that 98-point victory, and they spread their goals around. They didn't rely on the likes of Petrie to kick his 6 or 7. So, for me, I think they're going to win. A bit of an upset.
That's it, Moon. Shawnee?
Yeah, I like the fact the Kangaroos have won 5 of their past 7 at Etihad Stadium. So obviously they've worked out how to play there pretty well, and I think they'll get over the line.
Very good, yeah. I'm a bit of a fan of the Kangaroos. I've watched them a lot this year and they keep on improving. So I reckon they might get across the line in a really tough match. But I just want to say to Daniel Harris, who retired last week, normally when you retire, you send players off in the very best way by a lap of honour. And have a look at Foxtel, the way they recognised his lap of honour on the weekend. Here he is. He's just in the background and there he goes. And now we'll show you again. Have a look at this. We don't even see his head. And that's all we got of him.
Oh, no.
That is it. That
surely you
is,
saw him.
no, that was his lap of honour.
You would have seen him go.
We didn't see his head. We didn't see anything. Come on, Foxtel. You're better than that.
Lucky to see the truck in between all those bloody insurance ads they show.
Yeah, Samuel, this
You
is
seen all
probably...
those insurance ads
Don't
that
worry
you
about
pay
the
for when
insurance
you
ad.
get Fox?
North Melbourne's biggest game, our great president and warrior.
Oh, yeah, you said they're on the march. They're on the hop. They're not
saviour.
going anywhere. Where are the Kangaroos going? We build them up, and what do they
Where are
do
they going?
every other week? Of course they've won the 5 out of their last 7 games at Etihad. That's the only ground they play on, mate.
Fossil,
Isn't it?
you need to tread very carefully here.
Yes, Fossil.
Who was...
Was this another number going up?
Well, unless you do the right thing here and be sensible.
If they win this, I think they'll make the finals, North Melbourne, Samuel.
But they...
If they do. This is their
Gary,
biggest game
Gary,
of the year. What?
But they won't win this game.
They might. I think they will.
You think they'll win this game?
I
do you think?
they'll win.
I don't think... What do you
Why
mean?
not?
What do you both look at me for?
We're waiting for your answer.
Well, I don't think they'll win the game. Do you?
Yes, I said. Oh, he's going to give you one. We've only got 2 left, for so let's just get through this without...
That's because you changed your tip.
Exactly. And you're
Before
getting
the show you said North.
You're getting a bit grumpy.
You are.
We've got Street Talk coming up in Bendigo, is that right? He's
cracked him.
He has. This is an 83-year-old man getting grumpy.
Shut up. Now, this is a quick warning about Street Talk. There is a man that we bumped into...
No, that would not be right.
That hasn't rung for about 2 months.
No, that is not right, is it? This is not a setup, and we haven't set it up. That cannot be as a result of that.
Apparently it's 1 in 100 if you've got 2 numbers left.
Bulldust.
That's what I've heard.
Answer it.
No, don't answer it.
All right, don't answer it. Don't answer it. They're just tricking. Quickly, do the
tricking?
Street Talk. Oh, come on, Floss.
Will you answer it? Hello?
We're just talking.
Do you know what that person said then?
No.
I was nearly going to put that there.
No.
Don't
don't
put
do
it
that.
there, because if that is how they got the number, we might stop right now. But we probably won't, but we might. Now, quickly, give it. Put it on silent too, Fossil.
Look, Gary, if you give me any more instructions tonight...
Oh, no.
Put it on silent.
Are you doing that?
Put it on silent, Jim.
I don't know how to put it on silent. Now, we bumped into a man up in Eagle Hawk you won't believe. I'll show you who he is. Roll the footage. Now, here we are. Now, boys, how are you? Do you know why we're in Eagle Hawk? Any idea? Now, stop it there. It's the man behind... That man there, you won't believe...
Well, it is
I'm just
ringing,
hitting
but
it
we're just
stop
stopping it.
every time so that you can talk.
You won't believe what that man did. Now, this is a teaser for Street Talk. I'm going to give you 4 choices of what you reckon that man did when we turn that thing off,
can't.
Jim, or
I don't
I'll
know how to
punch
do
your,
it.
I'll
I don't
punch
know how
your
to do
metrosexual head in if you don't do that. These are the options. Ed, this is a bit like the hot seat. I hope I do it justice. A, did that man squeeze my agates to within an inch of their lives? B, did he take his eye out and suck it? C, did he mistake me for Sonia Kruger?
Yes.
Or D, did he eat a spider? Maybe all of the above. You won't believe what that man did.
What's the answer?
Well, you're going to have to wait till Street...
It's a teaser.
Teasing us.
I'm
Sitting on it now.
Starting to get good on vibrate.
I'm sitting on it.
That's the first action you've had for a while. I'm tipping you. According to Mrs. B, anyhow.
And that is also
Nothing
true.
going on at home, I'm told.
Zippity. We're going to take a break because next we have Damien Barrett to give us all the news in the AFL studio.
Sitting the best seats in the house and listen to our power seats. Simply visit our website footyshow.com.au. Tell us 25 words or less, the most powerful thing you've ever done, and you can be joining us here live in the studio. All thanks to Australia's most powerful tradie, the Nissan Navara. Now tonight's winner, Diana Cartier, I think. I hope that's how you say it, Diana.
Kasha.
Beg pardon?
Kasha.
I'm very sorry, Kasha. Playing women's football, Diana fractured her arm in the second quarter but still played out the game before going to get her arm plastered. So,
Well done, Diane.
good on you, Diana.
And while you got the hands out, keep going because we need to welcome the multi-award winning football newsbreaker himself, Damien Barrett.
Hello, Casty.
Now some meetings. We talked about this off the top, some meetings in football today.
Yeah, the first main one, JB, involved the Bulldogs and Callan Ward, and they brought forward a meeting with Callan Ward today. They were desperate for an answer on whether he was going to stay with them or go to GWS, and they did not get that answer out of this meeting, which was held today at a private residence. And in attendance were Ward, his manager Paul Connors, and the 2 Bulldogs officials, Simon Garlick and James Fantasia, absolutely desperate to get an indication from him today where he's going to go. Did not get any indication. He continually said that he will be waiting until the end of the year, as he has been saying the whole time. And basically what this now means is that the Bulldogs are convinced he's going, and GWS, as we've been saying for a long time, is convinced they've got him. It's going to require now a monstrous rethink from Ward to not be leaving the Bulldogs now.
All right, very interesting, Damo. What about Heath-Shaw, a man that 8-week suspension, been in Arizona, only just got back. I believe you caught up with him today?
Caught up with him today. First time he'd spoken publicly since the $20,000 fine and 8-week suspension for wagering $10 on his teammate Nick Maxwell to kick the first goal in a game. He's just returned from a 2-week altitude camp in Arizona. It's a typically honest and open Shaw in this interview, guys, which will air in an extended form on the Sunday Footy Show. But we're about to see that he has dropped 5 kilograms from the time he was suspended. He's now down to 82 kgs. He said he remains embarrassed by the stupidity, and that's his word, of the actions, and he's hell-bent and confident of returning to the Collingwood team in the qualifying final in 2 weeks' time.
Like I usually do, I think it was a Saturday, and went down to have a few bets on the horses. Was there with a mate, and obviously discussed about the Maxi starting forward previous. And he said he was going to put a bet on. Did you want $10 on? And I just sort of, without thinking, just go, yeah, sweet. As I said, you don't think about the consequences and sort of the ramifications of your actions at the time until it hits you right in the face. It was a very nervous wait for that sort of 20 or 30 minutes when I didn't know my fate.
So you told you were guilty of a charge by Adrian Anderson, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
And then he went off with Walshy and...
Yeah, I sort of, we'd had the conversation previous, and then they said, all right, well, we don't need you now, come back, and yeah, that's when they...
And the way the penalty was handed down, 8 weeks out of football, 6 weeks suspended sentence, it allowed you to get back for the first final. Did that require great negotiation?
I'm not sure. Obviously, Eddie and that would have been pushing for me to have as little weeks as possible. It's been a long 8 weeks, that's for sure. So I'm just looking forward to going forward and putting my hand up for selection come that first week of the finals. I've had some pretty good conversations with Mick, and he's pretty open about where he sees me. He pretty much said from word go, if you get yourself in the best position you can to put your hand up for selection and to be right to go. I'm confident that I can come back and into the team and do my role and play my role, and I'm fit enough to. But team going so well at the moment, and it'll be hard, but I won't be sorry if someone misses out for me playing in that final, because I'm definitely ready to go and I want to play that first final.
You referred before to being in a situation like this some years ago. Can you sit here today and say there won't be a third situation?
No, I probably can't. I can't say that I'm not going to, because you never know what happens. I suppose I put myself in those situations. I made decisions that led to getting into that situation. Hopefully I've learned from that, and I don't put myself in the situations again.
Heath, do you owe Mick Malthouse? Do you owe Collingwood? Do you owe Collingwood fans for what's happened?
I don't know if I owe them, but I've definitely let them down, and I've let myself down as well. It's definitely a driving force coming back. I want to play, I want to perform, I want to contribute to the team, and I want to hopefully win a premiership at the end of the year, and hopefully showing that I am remorseful for what I did. It was stupid, but we've moved on, I've moved on, and hopefully everyone sees it.
Very nice work, Damo. He's sure there, very honest as always, and as you said.
Has he murdered someone, did he? What did he murder someone?
Well, he's been suspended for 8 weeks and fined $20,000. So
It sounded like he might have murdered someone.
No. What about Brett Ratton? Where are we at with the whole coaching merry-go-round continues, and the Carlton one's an interesting one?
Yeah, it's looking really nicely now for Brett Ratton, guys. After spending most of the year thinking he'd need to win a final, there's certainly growing talk now that he's done enough, that the Blues board is now satisfied with what he's done to this point, and even possibly could get a contract offer before the finals even start. That's yet to be confirmed, but certainly CEO Greg Swan of the club has met with Ratton and his management in recent times. The board met during the week. All things are now looking good for Brett Ratton on that front. And just while we're still on coaches, we told you a couple of weeks ago that Hawthorn people had broken free of what Jeff Kennett had said that would be happening by way of not waiting till the end of the year in breaking free of that Jeff Kennett pledge. But they've now officially in talks with Clarkson, Hawthorn. The figures aren't quite there in Alistair's eyes as far as we can tell, but they're not too far away. He too could be signed up very quickly. The figures, though, that are being offered aren't as big as being offered by Adelaide still, and more so lately in the piece by Melbourne. If Alistair was to go, and he's not, but if he was to contemplate the Melbourne offer, it is a 6-year arrangement that has been put to him, and Melbourne knows he's not going to take it, but that is the figure, that is the term that Melbourne has offered Alistair Clarkson.
What do you say about that? 6 years. Or no comment?
Significant offer.
I can't comment. I can't comment on these.
No, I
sorts of
don't
things.
know that at all,
Well,
Gary. I thought you were on the Footy Show panel as a representative, and if we asked you a question, you might do what we ask everyone else to do, who we ask questions of, and that's answer them.
Under normal circumstances, I would.
6
Samuel.
years. That'd be $14 million you'd have to pay.
They know he's not going to take it, though, Sam, and that's the
Damien
situation
is
they're in.
saying,
Oh, he knows a lot.
Well, you could
50
say it's
years
not the
then.
case, Gary, if it's not the case.
Don't get snappy, don't
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying.
I'm happy to have you here, but I can throw you out pretty quick. No, it's it's a very interesting landscape that we've got going at the moment, and there's lots of things being bandied around, and you just sit back and listen and absorb them all and go about your business of trying to find
You've
a coach.
offered. Has anyone ever been offered 6 years to coach a football club ever?
Hey, Ron Barassi, when he went to Sydney, was a big long.
No, he
Was that
wasn't.
5 years?
5 years at
Well,
Melbourne.
I said 6 years, Jim.
Oh, I don't know.
So how's your maths going?
Yeah, just one off.
Chris Judd got a 6-year contract to leave West Coast Sound to go to Carlton as a player.
Speaking of Melbourne,
also
Brad Green.
Melbourne, Gary. Brad Green, he this week is an extremely disappointed and disillusioned man after being made the substitute player last week. Now, the club has said that one of the reasons made for making him wear that green jacket on the weekend from the outset was that he had a back injury. Now, Green is having none of that. He was only told of this substitution issue only minutes before the team sheets were submitted. Melbourne may have actually sent a message to him, Sam, but what they've now done is create a situation for the second year in a row where their captain, an ageing player in a footy sense, is now extremely humiliated and disappointed with what's been going on.
Did you do that?
That's scurrilous.
Did you do that?
That's a scurrilous thing to say and inaccurate, Damien.
This is what the award-winning newsbreaker.
To suggest that the football club's humiliated their captain is the wrong thing.
He is feeling humiliated, Gary.
Hey, that is a scurrilous thing to say.
Well, Gary,
It's not scurrilous. He feels
coach
humiliated.
tonight,
He
Damien.
feels humiliated.
Gary,
He's been spoken to on 3
did
occasions.
you instigate the
No, of
captain
course I
feeling
did.
humiliated?
Nothing to do with the way the side selected.
Yeah, you got nothing to do with it.
Not at all. Not my. You know that. But that's wrong. Brad Green was told on the day of the game that there was a meeting again on Monday where they discussed it openly. He was more than satisfied with the result, and he spoke again today. So 3 times the coach never once said those
Just
words.
to come out in
Damien.
the lime green number.
That's the way footy's going, Samuel.
Lime green.
He's out of contract, Sam, and he's giving consideration
for that,
to where he's at, and his position as captain is certainly, obviously, also in jeopardy there. We'll stick with you, Gaz. Brendan Favola. No, just Brendan Favola. A lot of goals in the VFL. He plays for the Melbourne Aligned Casey Scorpions. Are you able to tell us if Melbourne, given their alignment with Casey, they've seen Favola all year, any chance at all? Because there's not much interest elsewhere.
No, he's not in Melbourne's planning going forward, Brendan.
Well, why isn't he? He's going gangbusters.
No, he doesn't fit into Melbourne's plans. They've been consistent with that all season, and for Brendan's sake, I hope he gets an opportunity.
He
but
could
won't be.
Do you think he will get picked up elsewhere?
I think it's a long shot.
Very nicely done, Damo. Thank you very much for that, Damien Barrett. Very nice news-breaking form.
Might be the last time we see Damien Barrett, so enjoy him. No, he does a very fine job, as always. Now, we're going to move on to our great mate Billy Brownless. As we said at the top of the show, made a very big name for himself by going out to footy clubs and helping them out in times of trouble. The Clunes Footy Club are in trouble. And then the Central Highlands Footy League, right here, out just north of Ballarat. Now, they've had some problems. The ground's been flooded twice in 010 and 11, destroyed the playing surface, got revamped. They're being forced to train now, Jim, under lights, which cost $1,000 a week.
In the dark.
So they've got to paint their footies green. They've got to wear glow, whatever those things are, so they know where each other are.
Necklaces and
glow sticks.
glow sticks.
And it becomes a very difficult way to play your footy, Samuel, I would have thought. $1,000 a week is a lot of money for a footy club to fit the lights
This
on.
is the home of Bobby Davis.
That's very home of
where
Bobby
Mad
Davis.
Max was shot.
And that's where we find our man Bill Brownless, who's been good enough to join us.
Thank you, Gary. I'm not sure if you got me here, mate. We're still struggling with the light here in Clunes. I wish someone had put some money in the meter. There we are. Here we are at the Clunes Football and Netball Club. And are we up and about? Don't worry about that. And I'm wearing the Bobby Davis memorial jumper, of course. As you said, the great Bobby Davis come from Clunes. And this is the memorial jumper in name of the great late Bobby Davis. Now, the president of the Clunes Football and Netball Club, Doug. Come in here, Doug Garth, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Dougie. Now, Doug, how is the club actually travelling right now, mate?
Well, the travel not too bad. Our seniors just missed out on the 8 by one game, so we're not going too bad. We've got a team of netballers in the finals. So
Yeah,
good.
no, very important, the netballers. Now, tell us about the floods, mate, because you were hit not once but twice with the floods.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to get 2 100-year floods in 4 months, so that's, we've got a few hundred years up our sleeve now, so hopefully we won't get one for a fair while.
Yeah, and what did it actually do to the club?
Devastated. It's cleaned up our oval, netball courts, club rooms, lost all our gear, so we basically start from scratch.
Yep. Now, I'm not sure if you were around, mate, when was it? About 2001, when I come down to Clunes, footy club, netball club, and we spun the wheel back then. We had a big night. We had a couple of frothies and, they were a bit feral, and we had a great night, let me tell you. There we are, spin the wheel, and, mate, there he is. Bobby, of course, was at the show, and he helped us out on the night, and we couldn't get him off the stage, actually, but it was a really big night. We all had a few after the show. Then we closed the doors. What happened after that?
We were lucky enough to win a security system that night, so somebody must have realised we never had one and went into club rooms and knocked off a few trophies.
Yeah, exactly. Got it. And the 2 premiership cups, and what year were they?
Not sure. I think it was 78, 79. So if somebody's got them out there, we'd like them back.
Yeah, they'd like them back, of course. Hey, mate, and of course you haven't been able to play home games because of the state of your ground.
Correct, yeah. Our oval's been unplayable a year, so...
come on.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So we've been playing away every week, so we've been really fortunate to have teams like Newell and Learmonth and stuff to lend us their ovals. Buninyong, yes.
Bungaree, from where Spud's from, the old Spud farmer?
No, they don't bugger all for us.
Hey, what about Coco? You still haven't got enough cash, is that right?
That's correct. Just on cash, Bill, I'd like to just thank some of our sponsors this year. Because we haven't played at home,
yes.
We don't get any publicity for our sponsors because the signs are all around the oval. So
hurry up, Doug. Who are they?
I'd really like to say a massive thanks to Petstock. They've been fantastic.
Yes. And the Bendigo Bank.
The Bendigo Bank.
Well, mate, we've got a cheque for you. Have a look at this. $5,000 cheque from our very good friends at Nissan Navara, and they're going to put the power back into your club. So Nissan Navara, $5,000. Hey, that's a good start.
Massive start. This is like a fair way to getting us back on our feet. So, on behalf of the Clunes Football Netball Club, we'd like to say thanks to Nissan, thanks to Channel 9, and thanks to Footy Show.
Yes, good on you, mate. And that about wraps it up here, Gazza.
All right, Bill.
Oh, no. Put that cheque in the meter, will you, someone? We've ran out of power here again. But well done. We're in the dark here, but good on you, Doug. And go Clunes Football Netball Club.
Well done, Bill. They are now powered up, of course, by Nissan Navara. $5,000. That looks after 5 training nights, Gary.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
$1,000
Five finals. They go all the way through.
Who would pinch the 78 and 79 Clunes Premiership Cups?
Sure.
Who would do that?
Just return them.
Why did you
return them?
Whoever it is, hand them back. Let's get to the next game. Melbourne and the Gold Coast, Shane.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the Melbourne side who haven't won a game yet under Todd Viney, but this might be the week. A lot of changes. Nearly got across the line against Richmond the other day. Maloney, 97 Supercoach points. A lot of young kids coming in, which is great. They're getting an opportunity. And they're up against the Gold Coast, who have made a lot of changes as well. More young kids come in, getting them some experience before the end of the season. Gary Ablett, 125 Supercoach points. Zach Smith comes back in, who's a very important player. But I reckon Melbourne will win this. They played all right on the weekend, and they're going to have their first win under Todd.
Sure. Yeah, I feel with Aaron Davey and Colin Silver out, who was best on ground last week with 5 goals, mark for the round, a lot of possessions. I think those 2 outs will hurt them very, very badly. And I think the Suns, who are playing their first game at the MCG, just might get up.
Big move.
Well, I just want to say how an outstanding year Gary Ablett's had. I think just unbelievable year. He's another 38-9 possessions last week, Sammy. But unfortunately, they're still going to lose.
Samuel?
You don't have to take our word for us. There are about 100 messages on that phone. Gary, can I, at the risk of you putting another number up there, could I ask you this question?
Put the both of them up.
The both of them?
Yeah.
That's redundant.
Right.
Just I'm going to put both of them up.
Yes.
Not the both.
What do you got?
Gary, should the Gold Coast Suns get up and beat the Demons, will you forthwith snatch it from down at Melbourne? What influence will you have had?
None.
You've seen the captain be humiliated by
He wasn't
wearing a
humiliated.
lime
He
green
wasn't
tunic?
humiliated. I won't accept that. But anyway, go on. What else?
Would you snatch it? Would you wind it up and say, I just can't do this?
All I need is a tap on the shoulder. I'll snatch it, Samuel.
No, you won't, Gary. You're doing a very good job.
I can't see the Gold Coast beating you. I
Hey,
can
well
only
done to
pray that they do.
Jack Fitzpatrick and Tommy McDonald too. Two young boys making their debut. Got some good news, Jim, finally.
No. And just quickly, you mentioned it earlier, Wayne, but well done to Daniel Harris. Played a lot of footy at North Melbourne and the Gold Coast. Terrific guy, great career. Now, great news for your club, Gary.
Yes,
the Melbourne Footy Club, of course. Here we go with this famous jumper, one of the oldest in the comp. Around the back here, in one of the biggest sponsorship deals ever done, next year, Energy Watch will have that half of the jumper for a figure that we're not going to tell you, but it is a fantastic result.
I'll go and tell you.
I'll go on then.
I think I'm allowed to tell you.
We'll tell.
For a 3-year deal just for the back of the jumper, it's a $6 million sponsorship deal. There it is. So, very, very excited, Jim. Energy Watch, number one energy broker in the business. This is the biggest sponsorship deal in the history of this footy club.
And one of the biggest in football, no doubt about it.
He'll be able to give $1 million a year to Alistair Clarkson, who's on a 6-year contractual arrangement down
Free
there.
service, the source, the best deal on gas and electricity, Fossil. So I'm going to get you on Energy Watch, and that is going to be announced tomorrow.
That is, of course,
big news.
Gary, one of the reasons for celebration down there in Melbourne. The other one, Foss, is, of course, Gary, you might know this, celebrating his wedding anniversary. And we've got some photos of the happy day. There he is on the left.
We're going to take a break.
It's great.
Righto, Fossil. Footy legends coming up after the break.
Just a quick cheerio to Ray Carroll, who's going to be coaching his last game on the weekend after 51 years. Well done. He coached Bill, he coached myself, Simon O'Donnell, Neil Danaher. Well done, and we're going to have a great day on Sunday. So congratulations. It's now time for Almost Footy Legends, and we're going to get straight into it. We're going to Victor Harbour up against Langhorne Creek, and have a look at this for a beautiful mark. Watch him fly over the top, and that's a magnificent mark. The only thing is he landed on his feet. Beautiful mark. And what do you got, Sean?
Yeah, next up we got Noarlunga versus Flagstaff. Here we see the Flagstaff player chasing. Whack. Yep, he didn't wake up.
He is down. That is Cam Mooney style. Take that. And we've got Seaford up against Karingal, and this is a Wayne Carey lookalike. Watch him fly. Number 18 too. Up over the top. What a beautiful mark. We'll have a look at it again. Go, Duck! Up and away. Oh, some beautiful marks. Well done. OK, to the audience. Did we like number 1? Did we like number 2, the hit? Did we like number 3? Number 2. You have won this.
Thanks to Home Timber and Hardware, our weekly winner takes home $1,000, while our 2 runners-up receive $500 gift cards to spend at Home Timber and Hardware, the proper hardware store. At the end of the year, our runner-up pockets $20,000 cash thanks to Deep Heat. With a smell of victory, Deep Heat provides fast temporary relief from muscle aches and strains. Deep Heat, the stuff of legends. While our major prize winner drives away in the new Nissan Navara STX 550 with a powerful 170 kilowatt V6 turbo diesel engine, 3,000 kilogram brake towing capacity, 7-speed automatic transmission, 6 airbags and vehicle dynamic control, the Nissan Navara STX 550 is Australia's most powerful tradie.
Send your entries to Almost Footy Legends, GPO Box 9, Melbourne 3001. And don't forget, you can now upload your legends directly to our website at footyshow.com.au, James.
Very nicely handled there, Wayne. And Footy Show, of course, we love a bit of grunt. And no better place to go on Father's Day, Gary, than Home Timber and Hardware. There we are.
Proper hardware store, Jim.
No doubt about it. And as part of the celebrations, we are giving
listen to this.
every member of the studio audience
Oprah
a $50 home gift card.
blokes from Ireland up there, Jim. They've got to get in early. Hey, that is exciting. There it is, $50. But if you're at home, you're not going to miss out. So listen to this very carefully. Log on, if you're at home, to homehardware.com.au. Not now, tomorrow between 9 and 12 Eastern Standard Time. Enter your details. There's $10,010 gift cards to be won for you fine people at home. Gifts with Grunt available now until Father's Day.
Very nice. All right, Brisbane West Coast. The next game we're going to take a look at in this round 23. The Brisbane Lions, of course, not too bad. Last week against the league leaders, 18 points down at the final siren. Mitch Clark comes out for Retzlaff. Leuenberger is a fine young ruckman. Supercoach points you can see there as we swing on to the West Coast Eagles, who have been unbelievable. Need a win here to secure a spot in the top 4. Haven't won at the Gabba since 2006. Kerr is a big out. McGinnity comes straight back in, Moon.
West Coast with their team defence, they're playing it as good as anyone. Their old boys are really back this year and playing well, so I think they'll travel over there and have a win.
Sure. Yeah, I think with West Coast forward line, Kennedy, Lynch and LeCras are going to be, I think, too much to handle. So yeah, I'll go with West Coast.
Wayne?
I'll tell you what I did love on the weekend, the footage of Mitch Clark with Chris Tarrant. Have a look at this. This is just sensational. He's just saying, look at me, I'm big and strong. Hey, I'll stick my chest out like Chris Tarrant, but how good is Chris Tarrant? He looks magnificent anyway. But you know where he learnt this? He learnt that off his captain, Jonathan Brown. Have a look at him at training. He has just got a swagger about him, Jim. There's no doubt about it.
Well, we wondered if it was Jonathan Brown he learned it from or our man Gary Lyon. Have a look at what we've managed to dig up. A decent old shoulder roll there, Gareth. Bit of this business and...
There's the old goat gone.
That's where it came from, by the way. Kick left, kick right, here he comes. Look at him, will you?
What are you doing? No, sit over there. Don't look here. Like a drag queen. Adelaide take on the Richmond Footy Club on Sunday at Amy Stadium. Big game, this one. Yeah, Adelaide, yep, that's right. 14th on the line of the Crows. Marriage, Martin and Henderson come into the squad. We had rolled the Gold Coast by more than 10 goals. Walker 4, Tippett 4. Barry Bickley doing a very nice job.
Yes.
3 out of 4 since taking over. They take on the Tigers, who had a big win on the weekend against Melbourne. Won by 7 points, got headed in the trail at three-quarter time, but hit back very, very nicely. They also just bring in White, Nason and O'Reilly into the squad. They're 12th on the ladder. They've had a reasonable year. Who's winning, Shane?
I reckon they can win again, the Tigers. I like it.
Yeah, Scotty Thompson, 51 disposals last week, second most ever behind Greg Williams. And Taylor Walker has kicked 15 goals in his last 4 games under Mark Bickley. So I think with a couple of those guys firing up, Adelaide will have a win over there.
Moon?
Well, we played Adelaide 2 weeks ago over there. I'm sure giving you that, Sam, but look, they look really rejuvenated under Mark Bickley. So, and the fact that Richmond haven't won over there since round 9, 1999.
Well, did you say I didn't know that? Did you say?
So I'm going to say Adelaide.
Did you say I didn't know that? What, the Geelong played Adelaide? I knew that you played them.
Okay. Didn't know if you still
At some
followed us.
stage, I knew that. Oh, not long ago.
I haven't seen you down there for a while, so.
I thought you hearing all of that, Tom?
Shawnee, what?
He said he didn't know if you still followed him. He hadn't seen you down there for a while.
Well, I don't live there, Jim. What would I drive down there for? Just to say hello to him?
Was a former legend of the club. Would you drift by at any stage?
What, drive 70k each day just to go down and say hello to the lads and drive home again?
Just every
No
now
one
and then.
does that. No one who... Do you ever go? Well, you've never been to Melbourne until you just went down a couple of months ago, Gary. You've kept away from them religious... Don't put the number up, but you...
That's not true.
You always take your boat down.
I thought I'd nearly... I'm telling you, we have got 400 people have rung that number. I thought I'd nearly seen everything. There's a man over here. I thought you. Can you believe? Look at that. Have you just put those in, or did you come to the studio with those? Look at that camera there. You got 2 diamond studs in your ears, have you? If you just
First of all, Sam, I want to say.
Oh, no.
Don't you go telling me and Bergs what we should be wearing. Of all people to be telling us what to be wearing, Sam.
Shut up, you fool. Have you come in with 2 diamond studs in your ears?
Cubic zirconias, mate. I thought you could get me some diamonds, mate. I haven't got enough cash.
You got a decent set of flappers, haven't you?
Righto, Samuel, you are tipping who?
I am tipping, I think Adelaide will probably get up over there.
I'm with you on that. I'm tipping the Tigers were good last week, but don't go away. Samuel has made a return visit to Bendigo.
Can I quickly...
I will.
No? All right, yeah, go on then.
Well, go on.
Can I show you something, Jim?
Go on.
Is that a picture of Gary's house?
Yes, and I wouldn't show that.
That's not my
if
house.
Yes, it is. And I would not show that if I were
That is
you.
not my house. Oh, you can show it. You can show it.
I can say that, can
Don't humour him. It is
No
not my
phone number
house.
is worth that.
trying to
He's
be
a very
smart.
private man. I wouldn't show
Oh, look at the eyes. Didn't he dart across to wonder what I was going to do?
I'm going to put the number up after the street talk. So we'll go to a break. This is the Bendigo, the return visitor Samuel coming up.
Your house, Gary?
Coming up after this on the Footy Show.
Talk up there. So I tell you what we're going to do. Go back. We're going back to Bendigo. You email us or ring us or Twitter us or whatever you do and tell us where we should go in Bendigo. Well, you asked for it. Stuart, Jody, Matt and about 50 others demanded we come to Bendigo and go out to Eaglehawk. So here we are. Don't say we don't listen.
Oh, please have a photo, Sam.
All right, what did you ask him? What did you ask him?
I asked him the same question.
All right, Joe.
You're in good place here, mate. You're better than bloody maintaining Bendigo.
No, that's why we're here.
You got the shit end of the stick there, didn't you, mate?
What's that, sir?
You got the shit end of the stick there, buddy.
No, we...
What do you want to know?
Oh, I want to know what's good about Eaglehawk.
It's lovely.
So what's going on here?
Keep your eye out. There's gooses everywhere.
That's clever, sir. You've got his belly button where yours is. That's good, isn't it? What are you... What you do there? What
did I do?
I wasn't looking at your breasts. I was looking at what's written on them.
Oh, yeah, right. And I'm not looking at your undies either.
Are you a robot, are you? What is this?
No, it's a heart monitor.
Is it?
Yes.
What are you monitoring your heart for?
Because I had heart palpitations over 200 the other night, so yeah.
Pelican.
What is it?
Your pelican.
My pelican?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Because you are one.
A pelican?
Like a goose.
I act like a goose. You like cats?
Yeah, cats are all right too.
Yeah. Someone said, do I like cats? I said, well, I couldn't eat a whole one, but I could eat part of one.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think mine's raced for a long time. Mind you, just since you put your arm around my nether regions, it started just to start pumping a bit harder now. Give us one thing that you like about Eaglehawk that visitors should go and see.
The cannons, sorry, the cannons.
You'd hang your hat on the cannons.
Yeah, I'd hang my hat on there.
You'll see there's 2 cannons right beside the town hall.
The cannons, yes.
Yeah. What are the
I
cannons?
used to just play on them when I was a child.
On the cannons?
Yeah.
Oh, dear, you could do yourself a mischief there if you... Couldn't you?
Well, that's what used to happen.
How are you, Dom?
Oh, good. I just want to get on TV to piss my kids off.
Get a close-up of this woman's eyes. Go on, open them up wide. They are unbelievable.
It's so embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Don't off the missus, mate.
Man's got one eye and he's got his eye in his mouth.
I've seen you around before, though.
Where have you seen me around?
I don't know. I've seen you around.
Are you on Channel 10?
I could be on Channel 10. Well, you act like a pelican.
No, you do.
They're big birds, pelicans.
You're an old man.
Yeah, I think I've seen you on TV.
Well, what doing?
Something to do with football, something.
I'm multi-talented, yes. So
Multi-talented?
Multi-talented. I've
Well,
got
what are you...
9 children.
What's that?
I've got 9 children.
That's just talented in one particular aspect. I don't think there's too much multi about that. Well, there you are. Haven't heard of Shane Crawford? No, why would you have heard of him? Heard of Gary Lyon?
James Brayshaw, Eddie Maguire. Eddie Maguire? Don't tell me you haven't heard of Eddie Maguire. What? Heard of Sam Newman? Any questions you'd like to ask Andrew Dimitriou? Do you know who he is?
No.
You know Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew Dimitri. He's a legend. That's about it.
You know who he is, though, don't you?
Yeah.
What's he do?
Commentator.
Any questions you'd like to ask us or Andrew Dimitriou? We're up here just gathering in.
Not really. I reckon you should give me a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, gee, how lucky is this?
Well, I'd like to ask about Port Adelaide for starters.
What's that, sir?
I'd like to ask about Port Adelaide next year.
Which what? Who?
Port Adelaide Power.
Oh, Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide.
I thought that was one word. Yeah, Port Adelaide.
Yay! You made my day.
It's a good town. Well done, sir. Thank you very much.
No worries, Sammy.
Look at this. Give us a look at the bloke's navel again. I reckon that's a winner. Look, that's Buddha's navel.
Speaking of Port Adelaide, they take on Essendon, of course, and this game is at Etihad on Sunday. Bombers will secure a final 8 berth if they can beat Port Adelaide. Hocking and Cremery are out. Dyson Hooker. Hurley is a big in pairs, and Collier. And Watson is, of course, in very nice form for Essendon as we swing over to Port Adelaide. Last on the ladder, 2 wins for the season. They have won, however, their last 3 against Essendon at Etihad, and Hitchcock and Jacobs come out. Ebert, Broadbent, Davenport, O'Shea and Young come into what is a squad at the moment. A couple of bits of news. Firstly, congratulations to David Roden playing his 100th game. And secondly, we can announce that they have announced a new CEO, the Port Adelaide Football Club. Keith Thomas played 300 games of SANFL footy for Nord, played a bit of footy for Fitzroy. Former boss of mine at Austereo. Well done to him and good luck with that job. Shane.
Still no Kane Corns for Port Adelaide, which is interesting, considering he's still got another year or 2 on his contract. Essendon will win this and they'll win it well.
Yeah, Dyson Heppel, his first year of footy has been unbelievable. Another 26 possessions last week.
Nab Rising Star, Shawnee?
Yeah, it'd be my tip for that.
What about your Hawthorn teammates?
Dyson Heppel's been a very good player. Unfortunately, Stuart Cremery's out for the rest of the year with his shoulder injury, so they'll have to replace him. But I just think that Essendon will be too strong over here.
Moon?
Yeah, and look, last 3 weeks, Port have been averaging over 170 points a game lost, so I really can't see that changing, unfortunately. They're in a bit of a dark place at the minute, Port, I think.
Samuel?
Jim, I'll tell you what we're going to do.
We have had.
This is. I'm going to put the number up anyway, because it doesn't matter. We've had 1,400 messages on this phone number.
I'm going to answer one of them.
This is not a joke either. We have had 1,400. So if you want to ring him, I'd like you to ring him all night and all day tomorrow until he changes it, because you're going to have to change it again. There you go.
Do I answer one of them?
Answer one.
What
but
happens if they say...
Don't put it on the thing. Just see what they say, quickly.
Well, how do you know?
There you are.
Hello? Hello? You there? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, you're on the footy show. Don't say anything stupid or swear, and you're on live. What's your name? Come on. What? James Jacobson. Bullshit.
Now he can.
From Tassie.
There you go.
This is...
Tell him to ring you any time.
Shut up, Gary. So, how's the show going?
Oh, well, you're not going to talk to him all night.
How do you put it on speaker?
Just be careful of the language.
Well, hang on, James, Jim, John, what is his name?
James.
How do you put it on speaker? We'll take another call in a minute. All right, thank you. Go away.
Samuel, Sports Lovers, the Tri-Nation Rugby Series comes to a conclusion on Saturday. I'm told it's a thrilling. It's Saturday night. The Wallabies take on the All Blacks, deciding Bledisloe Cup clash. This is, hey, the boss asked to do this, so straighten up. Yes. 7:30 live on Gem. So on the Gem station in Melbourne, 7 o'clock in Adelaide, 5:30 in Perth. That is the Wallabies taking on the All Blacks.
And while we're talking about the boss asking people to do something, the North Melbourne Football Club have coming up, Sam, a very big night. The 96 Premiership reunion, the Untold Stories. And as part of that, a man you knew very well, Foss, the great Ron Casey. And this is a one-off. Archibald Prize artist Aileen Mason has painted this beautiful piece. Now, that will be auctioned on the night, but lots of North Melbourne people who can't get to the night have said they want to have a crack at putting in a bid. There's the number, or john.murphy@kangaroos.com.au. As I say, there is only one of this in existence. And Foss, you knew Ron well?
I did know Ron well. He gave me my first job on Channel 7 on the World of Sport. I'm in for the man Corns we had on last week.
Yes,
I've got a Chad, that's for Doc Kane. I had to buy one of his jumpers because I said I would.
Well, get us started.
I will start with that 10.
10 what?
10.
10,000 from Samuel.
$10,000.
I'll tell you what, that won't last. That won't last a minute.
No.
That's worth 50. But
So
I'll
you-
start off at 10 grand, and if I'm left with it, I'd be delighted. So call my bluff.
Well done, Foss.
Where do you put that on speaker?
Well, I'm not sure. We'll work it out in the ad break. When we come back, we'll wrap up. We'll talk to someone on Sam's phone. Warriors who are playing in the grand final of the International Cup on Saturday, curtain raise at the MCG. So the Irish Warriors up against Papua New Guinea, traditional rivals, a blockbuster. So good luck to you boys. Going to be a great game. Get there early if you're going to the MCG and cheer them on.
This is the highbrow. I've got a punter on the line. This is the highbrow part of the show.
Very nervous about this, by the way.
Who are you? Now, are you watching the show?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, I think you're looking good.
Jeez, you're not a poofter, are you?
We might leave Samuel. He's going to have a busy night. The number will be changed by tomorrow, so ring him all night. He won't mind. Sean Burgoyne, magnificent debut to Cam Mooney. Good luck with the best of five. What is that?
That is a great book by Jeff Slattery, a compendium of the first 42 finals, and he's going to bring out the whole set. It'll be a must-have, voluminous volume.
And here's Sam's home phone number too.
Good luck to the Kangaroos on the weekend, Jim. See you next week.